Alright. This is totally it first. An awful intro. What's going on, Internet? This is Trey, Omega, your OmegaSpider, and we're back with story time. Story is the path of destinies. Let's just throw this out now. This is the first time I'm using the PlayStation camera. It's been a while setting it up. Hope it doesn't look awful. I totally forgot to shave, and it comes through. Whatever. We're just gonna roll on with it. So let's go. So last time we actually did a double-decker. Sorry, I'm just noticing a few things. Last time we had a double-decker. We what was the first one? We went through this story. Became the hero who seeks balance, makes wise yet decisive decisions, and consequently got ourselves blown up. Yep. Because that's just what happens. Why do you not want me to scroll? There we go. Yep. Giant blast inserted the entire battlefield and blew us up. Yep. And then, because I was determined to find my fourth truth, we went back through Lupino's story, but took some different turns. We already knew Lupino was a traitor, and it came back to haunt us twice yesterday. But we learned that, and I guess something we already knew, but learned, that Zenobia still has feelings for Reynardo. So, rescue Lupino, find Zenobia, accept his plan. Do not take Zenobia to the interrogators. Or take her to the interrogators. Yep. So, here we are. We finally have all four truths. I'm not sure what else. There's nothing else major it can tell us, but from here I know it'd just be slight differences in choices that just branch off wildly. Like instead of destroying the universe, we just destroyed the battlefield. I can live with that. Alright, let's see where Reynardo's adventures takes us next.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Skyripper had surfaced. Reynardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also,
yeah, you keep thinking so.
A temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis Stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lupino needed rescuing. Of course, Reynardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lupino had betrayed the rebellion. And he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
I like how that changed. Because before it was just, he had a sneaking suspicion that Lupino had betrayed the rebellion. Could he trust his old friend, or some of the nonsense. But I like that now it's like, he can use that to his advantage. Really? Reynardo, you might be learning things faster than I am. But I'm kind of tired of dealing with Lupino. I don't want to just keep blasting through Lupino stories every day for the next 2 weeks or some mess. So let's try this thing. Last time we attempted to mess with the Iblis Stone, we found it and then decided, well, we can still go for the Skyripper core, and did that and merged the two. No! I would hit the wrong button.
The Transcendent Emperor had buried his pieces deep.
Well, I guess we're going after the Skyripper core.
The Emperor's horrific sacrifices had brought it back to the surface. Reynardo wasn't exactly
We'll
sure
definitely be doing 2 run-throughs today because I do want to actually get through the Iblis
Do
Stone.
it without provoking another catastrophe.
God, stupid
Had he
hands.
somehow summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon out of the deep places of the earth, it was more than Reynardo could fathom. But if he could find a legendary weapon, he would use it.
I feel real dumb right now. My stupid habits, my thumb just flicking over the buttons, and I would accidentally hit. I feel real dumb. Real dumb, real dumb, real dumb. I am real dumb. So yeah, I totally accidentally hit the wrong one. So we'll run through this, and depending on how much time we spent, we may also run through another one, because I definitely want to see another side, another story involving the Iblis Stone. But I guess we're going after the armature first.
Reynardo couldn't help feeling a bit curious. Was Lapino still waiting to be rescued? No.
With my setup
he was
here,
probably drinking champagne with
clean
the
up a little bit.
Did ravens drink champagne? Did rabbits? Reynardo felt oddly thirsty, come to think of it. Why hadn't he chosen the Skyripper? Reynardo never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Skyripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
He seems to be thinking about this a lot more than he had the first time.
Please be fresh socks.
Why would there be socks? Well, there was a cat in one of them yesterday, so... He definitely seems to be thinking about this a lot more than I expected him to. All that talk of champagne and thirst. Now I'm thirsty, and I have my water next to me. May have to go get something to drink at, I don't know, next cutscene or something. Critical chance at energy on kill. Doodly doodly doo. See, now that I've found literally everything, I don't need treasure hunter. Unless it increases the drop rate of, like, apples and those weird blue melons. But energy on kill. It's really not that much. We'll have critical chance.
Well, the eyes have had it.
Empty corner. Nah, just because I don't like them. I wonder, could this be a shortcut just to skip all that? Nope.
Goth is over.
That had been his mistake before, not trusting Zenobia's feelings for him. But how could he have known, after all these years of silence?
Okay, I feel like that's thought B, and we kind of missed thought A, like with the
A very
gogglers.
clever engineer named OmegaSpider got his start making floating platforms. Not many people knew that.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay. Yep. Elon Muskrat. The old ones. Emperor Isengram, the more I read through these, the less insane he seems. Like, he seems to be very, I don't want to say capable, but he's not just a mad emperor doing insane rituals for no reason. Not validating anything he's done, but...
Reynardo was looking for a big chest. Wait. Sound.
Nope, sounds fine to me. Oh, damn it all. Well, once again, my curiosity is... Why are there apples under that bench? Okay, well, at least it's literally not going to let me backtrack. That seems like wherever I went the first time. So we're going to see what's up here. This is probably it, actually. Wow.
Well, now you're foxed.
I approve. That worked out. So the entire point of that was XP? Decent trade-off, I suppose. I really am getting thirsty now. And I still have to deal with these creeps. Whoop.
You blinked.
What? Ah! Stupid creepy eyeballs. I don't know why, but I always think there should be something in there. There never is, but I think there should be. Somebody left, that wasn't me.
See? That wasn't so hard.
That was a surprisingly lucky guess. Huh. Whatever. Three skill points? When did that happen? Tag an enemy with dash.
There it was. Skyripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Skyripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's raging battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him.
Honestly, yeah, going to see Zenobia makes no sense at all. Without the core, it really is just a useless thing. That said, in the interest of taking new paths, we are going to see Zenobia because, whatever, we're going to do useless things so we can see new stories.
Reynardo asked himself why he changed course to confront Zenobia. He'd no idea. Sometimes he would just do things, and he could never figure out why he'd done them. Usually, they worked out. After all, he was a hero.
Alright, self-proclaimed hero.
The truth is, though, he wanted to see her, wasn't it? It had been a dozen years since Swordfu School. He'd followed every rumor about her, every scrap of news. Not that he still loved her. After all, she was his enemy. No, it was solely because, know your enemy. All right, maybe he should stop pretending. He knew exactly how she felt about him. But their love affair always ended with a tragic death. Unless maybe he could find a way to dodge tragedy. Surely he could, couldn't he?
I wonder what the quote-unquote winning combination is going to be. I opened this door last time and then just left it, thinking, well, maybe that'll... I mean, obviously it's a big door that requires the hero sword. It's the base sword of the game, so obviously this should be the story path. This should lead me... This should force me to progress through the story. Any other paths should be side paths and can be done and returned. This is a side path. Well, now I feel dumb. Although I guess I don't need side paths anymore. They all lead to health, fruit, and melons. 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 Hey, wait.
The city was burning, and there was no one to put out the fires. If somehow Zenobia survived her father and inherited his crown, what sort of empire would she be heir to? But he couldn't think about that, could he?
Well, none if the Emperor gets his plans. If his plans succeed, he'll live forever and she won't need to inherit the empire. He'll become an immortal toad. How does a toad come to lead ravens anyway? Not going to think about it. Well, that's on fire. I don't want to go that way. I don't suppose there's... no. There's nothing that'll help my combo meter. Wait a minute. Yeah, I remember this one. No, let's not take that path this time. I remember this leads down with no way back up. At some point I'll memorize these maps. Because if I recall, this leads to treasure.
This couldn't be good for global warming.
Oh, 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 on fire, on fire, on fire. Yep, this is a side path, okay. More health, just to replace what I lost from burning myself because I'm a fool. Okay, from here on I guess it is just story paths. I don't know, this feels strange.
Worse with Zenobia than he done with the core, could he?
No. You destroyed the universe with the core. There's no way Zenobia could have that kind of... And again, it must be just health or whatever, but I can't stop myself. Too many years of playing RPGs, I have to open every chest I find. And by that same principle, I have to find every chest that I can.
It was going to be full of gogglers, wasn't it? Oh, it would have been so much more fun before the war. When the worst thing that could happen to you was getting fleeced buying a rug.
Could I skip all this by just jumping down that well or whatever I saw? Pretty sure. Or sewer, whatever. And the path behind me burns. Yep, because this is the path I took yesterday, and it skips... Nope, it just has a different set of gogglers. Ooh! Ow! Damn it all. Wow, that took a lot more health than I expected. Good God. Okay, well now I do need a chest. Because I'm a moron.
Wasn't entirely sure how he was going to capture Zenobia. She'd be expecting him. And he didn't have Lapino to cook up a clever plan. Why was it again that he hadn't got the core? Maybe because the results tended to be disastrous. These streets were familiar. The Swordfu School was closed now. But he had been down that street 1,000 times. He knew that pub. He knew that alley. He knew the alley behind it much too well. No wonder Zenobia had chosen to invade this island herself.
I let myself get got by gogglers.
Boy, if looks could kill.
Shut up. Seriously? And for nothing, there was nothing over here. Oh yeah. Forgot about that. Okay, now that I have rectified my mistake, it does let me skip the market though, for better or worse. Nope, that's just an arena. I remember that place. That's just an arena. Well, I'm nowhere near a level up, but an arena can't hurt.
For a moment, and I wished that somebody had been watching.
Wow. Ooh, okay, leveling up's gonna take a while. You ever feel your eye twitch for no reason? That's where I'm at right now.
Reynardo slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She vanished. And he suddenly noticed he couldn't move except his mouth. In fact, soon he couldn't keep his mouth shut. He told Zenobia everything. Skyripper, the Iblis Stone, even where the secret rebel base was, until he was hoarse. It was some kind of truth spell.
Wow.
Talking.
Way to get played, bro.
She called her father by Farspeaker Toad and filled his majesty in. But why didn't he get the core? Croaked the Farspeaker in something like his majesty's croak. Because I missed you, darling. Reynardo grinned. He doesn't even know why. Frowned Zenobia.
Shut up.
That makes no sense. It's a trap, shouted the Emperor. I'll meet you at the outpost, and I'll bring my interrogators.
Man, even His Majesty sounds like a weirdo toad. Hey, this is new.
Maybe he could assassinate him. But maybe it would be smarter and safer to turn Zenobia against her father.
Really? You really think you're gonna be able to do that? Why not? Let's take a gamble on her feelings for him. See if she'll listen. I doubt it.
What are you doing? Asked Zenobia. Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? He asked her. She shook her head. He told her. His Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back. They could make him an eater of souls, an immortal. But to seal his bargain with them, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him. She was stunned. Furious.
Understandable.
Lying. Under a truce spell? It's a trick. You can't prove that. Take me to the observatory, and I will.
Oh, right. Pause. Going to get water.
What kind of proof could you possibly have? She said as they landed on the Nexus. Your father ritually sacrificed a village, and he left witnesses? The scientists resurrected one. Well, it's not really alive, but it can talk. A true witness. She frowned. The dead can't lie. Well, I bet they could. They just don't have any reason to.
Hey, I would say that.
You go on ahead. I don't want the ravens to see me.
That's actually exactly what I would say. And like, I'm sure the dead can lie, but they're dead. Why would they want to? They don't need to. Also, that is awful. Reynardo, I don't know how to feel about this. That your scientist resurrected someone. I mean, it's definitely a good way to get witness testimony, but still kind of not good.
He knew the known knowns, and even some of the known unknowns. But he didn't know the unknown unknowns. You dig?
What? Shut up. Wow, that was real loud. Sometimes I gotta check. Is the mic on? Yes, the mic is on. No need for side paths. You know what? Maybe this will be good for me. Maybe it'll be some kind of therapeutic. When there's no more need for side paths, I can just take all the story paths. And maybe in other games, the next time I play a Final Fantasy, I can just be like, you know what? I don't need to take the side path. I can just take the story path. Until I see that glint of treasure. Boom! I love this. Although my max combo meter is going to start dropping super fast. If every hit after my combo 30 is an instant kill.
You think I'd know if my father wanted to invoke the lost gods? Would
No.
he tell you? No. Would you help him? No. I'd burn his books.
Then why would he?
Stray cat. You don't ask a thing like that. No, not when there's no good answer. She said, her whiskers twitching.
Why am I glowing anyway? I'm all blue. Can we get a visible island to land on this time? Please? Yes! One of these islands has glitched out every time I come up to it. It's not this one. I remember this staircase.
A true witness to one of the Emperor's blasphemous rituals. The dead could be made to speak for a short while. Interestingly, they could not be made to lie. After all, what do they have to lose or gain by lying?
They can't be made to lie? So if the Emperor were to catch one of these... What? If the Emperor had one of these dead... and he needed them...
One of these platforms stalled.
Ooh. There's nothing about that, pal. I'm bad enough at avoiding fire already. Huzzah! Nope, that's not it. I think this next one is the platform that just disappears. Anyway, well, I was saying something before about making the dead lie, but they wouldn't need to. And if you need them to, you would just cover it up anyway. Huh, we skipped the invisible platform this time. I'll take it. Why is everyone... Oh, right, because she made me spill the location. Oh, Max, get away! Max! Max! Cat's trying to turn everything off.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The ravens had burned the reanimated witness to cinders. Reynardo was stunned. There goes my proof. These were scientists, not rebels. Zenobia said, upset. Why would he do this? I don't know. Let's go to the fleet and ask him. Yes. I'll meet you in the mountains. There's something I have to get first. But could he afford to meet her in the mountains? He'd given the Empire the location of the secret rebel base. They would need rescuing.
Bro, he already destroyed the scientists. Those rebels are long gone. Or they will be by the time you get there. Besides, I'm interested to see where this goes. We might actually be able to turn Zenobia, which is shocking, in a way. I feel like I'm still too far from the camera. Whatever.
Why was he going to meet up with her? Wasn't it more important to rescue the Rebel Council from the almost certain Imperial attack? Why
They're already
was he in
gone.
this war anyway? Was it really to fight the good fight, or did he just want to see her again?
Oh, now you're
These
questioning
days,
everything.
I thought I should really figure out my motives before I pounce. Nah.
Of course not. Makes too much sense. That's too thought out for a hero like you, eh, Reynardo?
Was it true? Was he on this adventure just to see Zenobia again? The Imperial heir was not an easy cat to see. Well, she'd ignored all his Kwanzaa gifts. And on the other paw, trying to get a date by joining a war
Kwanzaa
against your
gifts?
intended was, let's say, pretty optimistic. Yeah, but on the back paw, thought Reynardo, yes, it sounded exactly like him. Good. I'm so glad we had this little chat, he told himself.
Okay. Reynardo, you are a very interesting individual. I never would have pegged you as the type to say, self, Yeah, short battle. Whoops. I guess these are indestructible. Excuse me. I should have muted the mic. Should have muted the mic. That last raven charged into the exploding ravens. Whatever.
Imagine getting a horse up in one of these things. It would be cursing a blue streak.
I don't even remember which one's the story path. We're just gonna pick one and go for it. Well, I know to avoid the blue ice door.
That is how we do it, said Reynardo to himself.
There's something about the other path that irks me, but not enough for me to go back and figure it out. Oh wait, no, I remember now. It does lead to a side path and then teleports me here. Dead ravens. That's odd. How did they get here? I still see you down there. More dead ravens. A lot of dead ravens. What's happening? I love that Skyripper's armature just follows me.
On the side of the road. Someone had rampaged through here on a killing spree. What had Zenobia gone to get? He had a chilling feeling.
Really?
It was the Iblis Stone. Zenobia was battle-headed. A stone could make anyone bloodthirsty. He could tell her style from the blade work on the dead birds.
I thought about the Iblis Stone when she said she needs to go get something, but like, didn't actually consider it. Really? This is a very interesting path indeed. Oh, what if I hadn't come to meet her in the mountains, and she had gone to get the Iblis Stone? What kind of destruction could she have wrought by herself? Would she be upset with me for not coming to meet her? If she was, it's understandable. Did you really just bulk this guy's health for me to continue beating on him? It seems almost cruel to watch me just beat this guy down, beat him near to death, then revive him just so I can continue beating him to death. I gotta stop eating on the microphone. Feels rude. I've never watched a stream while streaming. This is interesting. Feels disingenuous though. Like I'm giving one 80% of my time and the other 20. Not time, attention, excuse me. Will you just crush those stupid things? You know what? No, actually. Whatever that path has for me, I really don't need it right now.
Reynardo wondered what he should do when he found Zenobia. What could he do if she had the Iblis Stone?
I really don't know how to feel that I've gone through some 5 stories. I've never heard of this reanimated witness. The scientist, quote unquote, scientist, just brought a corpse to life. I'm really feeling some type of way about this. Also, I feel I need to move my little portrait here to one of the corners. Now that I know this top right corner is fairly useful. I wonder if there's a trophy for max out all skills. Wait, did I turn the mic back on?
He reached the summit, expecting no one. But there she was, steaming, pacing.
I'm gonna kill him, she said. I'm gonna kill all his ravens, and then him, and then his family, and all the eggs and tadpoles. Then I'm gonna burn down their pond.
Did you go and get the Iblis Stone?
Do you see all these ravens I killed? So much power.
Yeah. Great, Reynardo said.
Hmm.
You really want power from a demonic rock? You want the stone, don't you?
Not really.
Good. I'd rather not have to kill you.
He told her he loved her. That he wouldn't let the Iblis Stone take her, even if he had to die for it. Well, he planned to tell her. Now didn't seem like the right time. She'd probably cool off in a bit. So
Of
he
course.
let her get in her ship and fly off. He rushed back to the Farfarer.
You know
and
what the
followed
stone
her,
does. You really
keeping
think it's
a
gonna
healthy
cool
distance.
Okay.
Zenobia's ship was just visible through the clouds ahead.
You think so?
How could he reason with her? But he had to. The rebels were down for the count. No wonder. He betrayed the location of their base and then he'd abandoned them. And if she became Empress while she was in the grip of the Iblis Stone, if she became Empress by murdering her father, she could still be a great Empress. But she could also be a nightmare Empress. She had to be
Lovely.
stopped.
Well, this has all gone wrong, hasn't it? Oh dear.
There were more dead ravens along his path. Some of them wounded in the back. He knew she could have easily talked her way past them, or clouded the little tiny raven brains with a spell. She was going out of her way to kill everything in her path. This wasn't Zenobia. Not as he knew her.
I keep forgetting whether the mic's on or off. I gotta get better at this.
Sometimes, all you know is what you know. You know? This would be the perfect place for a tic-tac-toe board.
No. Flying tic-tac-toe? Oh, you... Well, at least he was the last one. He ended my combo. You bastard. Yeah. Ooh, look at that. And there goes your flag. Stupid ravens. The core spins with me.
Whoa.
Or not core. I have the armature. It's still here. It's still floating around me.
His beloved was possessed by the spirit of a demon. That's what it meant to be a hero. To brave the darkness in your loved one's soul. To have faith there was still good in her. To help her out of that darkness, no matter what the cost. But what? What could he do? She'd kill him if he tried to take the Iblis Stone from her.
Hey. I imagine there's a lot less clumsy people on an airship, and if there are, they tend to stay below the deck. Because if you're too clumsy, if you find yourself tripping on nothing, you definitely should not be in an airship. I swear I can hear a laugh every time I finish a battle. These cannons are firing faster than normal. Probably scared of Zenobia. Oh. Oh, he got me! He was the very last one. He got to me before I could... Alright. I saw it coming. I couldn't stop it.
At the end of the trail of raven corpses,
It's almost too bad there's no actual boss battles in this game.
Practically rigging a strange apparatus wrapped around a glowing core.
Don't do it, he shouted. You'll hate yourself in the morning. Stay back, she screamed in a horrible voice he'd never heard before.
It froze him in his tracks. The Emperor stared at him.
Run,
He told the toad,
or hop.
but he didn't manage to voice it, only think it. Zenobia stabbed her blade forward, and His Majesty fell dead. She began laughing hysterically. Or was she weeping? Just walk away, she laughed at him. I've no more use for you. There was something he needed to do, but he couldn't figure out what it was. So he did as he was told. As he walked away, he felt a chill in the world. The light in the sky seemed to dim.
he didn't dare turn. He had a nagging feeling there was something he should have done just then. Something heroic. But he could not have taken the Iblis Stone from her by force. And she would not have parted with it willingly. A cold wind blew from where she had been. But he still didn't dare turn. And then, an awful laughter filled the air. And all the torches and all the ships went out. And he realized what he should have done. But by then, it was too late to do anything. Oh, again? But he already had all the secrets he needed. He was sure of that. He must have not used them the right way. What was the best, worst mistake he could make? Probably trusting that traitor Lupino.
Really? That's the best mistake you can make? Ugh, that's awful. Well, also there's a lot you can do with the core, and they usually end terribly. I'm still not gonna just like. There's only 4 more stories. Okay, so there are 4 endings involving Lupino, but that means going through most of his story 4 more times, and even then I still could end up anywhere else. Screw you, Lupino. I don't take betrayal well, I'm realizing, because I just do not like Lupino at all.
The book's pages.
Or maybe I just don't like rabbits.
Faster than before, and he fell. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble.
In about an hour.
For the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Skyripper had surfaced. Reynardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong.
In a couple different ways, apparently.
Figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis Stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lupino needed rescuing. Of course, Reynardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lupino had betrayed the rebellion. And he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
That still piques my interest, but I still want to do the Iblis Stone, which I meant to do earlier if my stupid fingers hadn't accidentally clicked the wrong one.
The island was
We got time for another story.
No one went there except ostriches and ostrich hunters. The Iblis Stone.
Why does that hunter look like a dingo?
Promises in his ear, offering power for blood. But this time, Reynardo was sure he could master it. And so,
no, not this
Reynardo
time.
went ostrich hunting.
Maybe the 3rd or 4th time you can master it, but not this time. I don't think so. I wonder if it gets tiring to see the world be destroyed, or just to meet your own end numerous times before getting it right. I wonder what happens in all those other worlds.
Every child could sing verses about the Skyripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls, a ruby that drank blood, a jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis Stone? Long hidden in a buried temple, another ancient item that was only resurfacing now, drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals.
This chest contained blank passports from 15 countries. And something useful.
Okay, maybe if I keep getting more of those, and I know I won't this time, but maybe if I keep getting more of those little things, then that'll probably keep me going back to these stupid chests. Yeah, I seem to be doing pretty well where I am. I definitely need this though. I know I probably don't need it in the early fights, but it's always good to have. This place is very eerie atmosphere. I like the music.
What was he doing here? Last time, the stone had fought him for possession of his own soul.
This time you'll be stronger, smarter, faster.
Interrupted story time. Caught the lead, Raven. Now I'll never find out how I ended it.
Sad thing is, they really won't. What? That was weird.
Already here, cawing in frustration. They were still searching for a way in. Good. And he hadn't come too late.
Story time. Hey, wait a minute. That's the name of my stream.
He could learn new skills. If only he'd take the time to figure out which.
Here it is. Now I've maxed out a skill tree. I think I'm gonna hit this one next. Like my stats trees. Only because I haven't yet. I'm almost literally just halfway into it. Wait, how much? 28,000 XP. How much do we get per kill?
Don't go away.
What? Am I the only one seeing a GJ in these symbols on the ground? Garnet Jouster. I don't know, maybe just putting words together. Here's a door I've never opened that probably leads to just side treasure I don't need. Or, I suppose side treasure I no longer need. Oops. Ooh, but there's something more. Welcome to the stream. No time fast, of course, it would be haunted. Another voice in your head. This is awesome. Who was this for? When you hear a voice, take the drowsy pill. Find the stone, put it in the box, seal the box. Probably should have said don't listen to the voice. That's also pretty important there.
Wait, what? How was he outside? Hadn't he taken an elevator into the depths of the earth?
Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, logic, please, someone. I need some logic here. Oh no! Nope. Wrong button. Platform, you're gonna move? You're just gonna sit here.
There was an inscription on the platform. Balaleka lessons, with an address.
That's a very interesting word. Balaleka. Anyway. Instant kill. Yum 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 yum.
A chest full of old banana peels. There had to be more. There was.
A chest full of old banana peels. That is gross. No matter how you seal that, air is going to get in and those peels are going to rot. What? Now we're... Okay, I am confused about the layout of this place. 20,000... Whoops.
Hey, I hear black is the new dead.
Could not get past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with tomb raiders.
I feel like I've heard that joke before, which is a little bit sad because then it doesn't land as well the second time. La 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 lava.
Reynardo hated cannon traps. Also, who reloaded these things anyway? He never figured that part out.
I think the real question is, who's resetting all these doors every time? Oh crap, there's nothing there. Ow! What? Oh, that one's going... Lovely. Alright, you disgusting rock.
Of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager. Thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Why not capture the core of Skyripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. "What's the core?" said the stone anxiously. What you want? But even though Reynardo knew how evil the gem was,
Ooh.
he had a clever plan for dealing with it.
Oh. Why have you done this? Okay, so in the interest of taking new paths, I was going to go after Zenobia, but now there's this third option. Did have a tendency to backfire. Reynardo, I'm gonna trust you. Don't let this plan backfire on us.
The gem could give great power, but it was evil. But Reynardo had a plan. He would divide the stone into the power half and the evil half. He sought out the sage Calaveras.
Okay.
Oh, you need a mirror of splitting.
Croaked Calaveras.
I'm glad I didn't have to go up that mountain to get to Calaveras like I normally
set
do.
up various shiny things. And soon Reynardo was setting the stone down in the middle of Calaveras' lab. There was a flash, and now Reynardo was looking at himself. Except with a mustache and a goatee and darker hair. There were two Iblis Stones. One light and one dark.
Okay, this is definitely going to backfire.
He felt a rush of great power. Now I can defeat the Emperor. Wait a minute. Unfortunately, he couldn't think of any way to use it without hurting someone. That wouldn't be nice. Give me that, said his evil-looking twin.
Excuse me?
And he drew his sword. He only got it halfway out of the scabbard when he fainted from the effort. Obviously, neither weak, evil Reynardo nor powerful, nice Reynardo was any threat to the Empire.
Oh
After
no.
the Emperor's victory, they were exhibited in a museum until time ended, which was soon after. He tried something bold and paid the price for it.
What? The whole plan just falls apart immediately? Okay. Okay.
Every child could sing verses about the Skyripper, but
And then we
ancient
just
codices
start
had
back
hints of
over.
other
Okay,
things.
well,
A stone that ate souls. A ruby
back
that
to
drank
ostrich
blood.
season.
A gem
Wow.
only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the
Good
Iblis Stone?
God.
Long hidden in the buried temple. Another ancient item that was only resurfacing now. Drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals.
That is great.
What was he doing here?
That is really good.
Last time, the stone
Hey,
had
welcome to the
fought
stream.
for possession of his own soul.
Thanks for hanging in my web, everybody. Ooh, just kick him right off the elevator. No!
ravens were already here. Cawing in frustration, they were still searching for a way in. Good.
What is
But he
this on the
hadn't come too
ground?
late.
Yum 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 yum. Apples. Nope. Nope. Give me my apples.
Someone needs a bath.
Probably everyone in this room. Nope, not him. I gotta start reading that post-battle report, because it tells me how much XP I have, and I am not paying attention to that at all. But now that I know that this path is more than just treasure, it's actually a shortcut, and somehow goes outside. Logic. Where is it? This is the path I'll be taking. This seriously does not make sense. Don't need to read that again. Although that is a good read. Apparently someone follows orders a little too well. And their intelligence, their scores on the intelligence test wasn't terribly high.
If it wasn't fatal, that is.
What? How did you miss?
That had gone rather well, actually.
Yeah. Would have been better if you hadn't missed and muffed up your combo meter. Actually, no, let's just get rid of you quickly. Instant kill, instant kill, instant kill. Rampage. Because when I heard the sound of more cannon traps. What? Lovely.
There had to be some way to use the Iblis Stone. It was old, wasn't it? People are so much cleverer now. And Reynardo was pretty sure he was cleverer than most people.
Oh, the cleverness of me. Almost halfway there. My watch is telling me to get moving. Apparently I've been sitting here a little too long. So I'm noticing when the instant kill combos begin to activate, he tends to slow down, which makes reacting to a charging enemy a little bit more difficult, and that's how they break my combo.
Obviously, the
Because I know I'm hitting the
temple knew how to
buttons
deal with
at the
two
same speed as always, but he's reacting slower when he's in instant kill mode. That's interesting. I kind of wish I could turn it on and off, but also it definitely makes plowing through some of these stories that I've seen 3 or 4 times a little bit faster. Or some of these chapters.
This was much easier than free climbing.
I'm getting reckless now. Last time, does no one else see a GJ here on the floor?
It was a stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a
Global
void made
justice.
solid. Nervous, he picked it up. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager, thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Why not capture the core of Skyripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. "What's the core?" said the stone anxiously. But even though Reynardo knew how evil the gem was, he had a clever plan for dealing with it.
Yeah. A clever plan that ends in tragedy. Let's go back to our original plan and take the core to Zenobia and see how this works out. Again, probably not well, but we'll see.
Why was he listening to a talking rock? Ah, but the rock had a point. If the stone could truly turn him into a powerful warrior, he could defeat the Emperor with the very weapon the wicked old toad had sought for himself. To be a hero, you had to sacrifice old friends sometimes, especially when they've become enemies.
Especially when they're mad rabbits named Lupino, who is a traitor, and I hate that. Man, I am really just not big on Lupino. I mean, the way I talk, you'd think he stole from me personally. I'm noticing the load times are getting shorter and shorter, actually.
As he
Which
placed
I
the
appreciate.
impossibly black crystal in his gauntlet, Reynardo had a sudden vision. Charred fields covered in dead ravens below a black sun. Was it the time of the lost gods before the transcendent Emperor? Was it the future? It whispered. Take the power. He could feel the stone's hunger for souls. Its thirst for blood. All right, I get it. This was going to be interesting.
That's one way to put it. Feed Zenobia to the Iblis Stone. Wow. Okay. Okay. Side path, don't need it. Ah, who am I kidding? How many times have I been to this village anyway? Only to see it burn. Like I said, there really is nothing else behind that. This poor town. Are those cat statues?
Reynardo checked for a false compartment. Nope.
Ooh.
The ravens on Zenobia's island were no match for Reynardo. They screamed as the stones sucked out their souls. And with each death, he felt stronger. Take the power, the stone told him. So that's what they meant by a firewall. What unlocks a firewall?
A fire sword. No, there's literally nothing for me there. This is very strange.
Worse with Zenobia than he'd done with the core, could he?
Maybe? Oh, wow. Huh. So I'm automatically locked out of whatever that other path is. Wonder why. No? Can't go back up? Whee! Not that it changes anything. I still have to deal with these creepy floating eyes.
Anyone ever tell you you have a lovely eye? No?
Although now I know how to get around them. Don't really need this either. It feels so weird not actually needing any of these chests anymore. I wonder if they did that on purpose.
Zenobia was waiting for Reynardo. She was alone, confident as always. Fire danced at the tips of her claws.
Are you here to surrender?
She seemed as cocksure as he felt. But she didn't know he had the stone. And I've missed you too, love. He chuckled. She spotted the stone and bolted without another word.
Well, that's probably the smart thing to do. This is purely for XP.
Finally, Reynardo caught up to her. He had never seen her scared before. At school, she'd been the determined, brave one. Now her eyes were wide, frightened. He didn't like seeing her this way. Kill her, whispered the stone. You cannot win your rebellion without it. Please. No, said Zenobia. Not that way. Oh, they had been so close once. Could he really feed her soul to his demonic gem? But if he spared her, he would not get the full power of the stone. Oh, how could he be the hero he wanted to be?
Couldn't he really be a hero using a demon stone? He doubted she would just throw herself in his arms. You'd be surprised.
Reynardo hesitated. Zenobia was his greatest enemy. She was the Emperor's daughter and his greatest general. And the single person Reynardo least wanted to remove from this world. Especially that way. She was holding her arms out before her, hands fluttering, fending him off with hopeless urgency. Nope. She was weaving a spell. He couldn't move. This thing is evil, she said. She slid the Iblis Stone out of its slot in his gauntlet and slipped it into a bag. Maybe we can learn from it. She eyed him with a strange, wry, apologetic look. I missed you too. And before he could move again, she was gone. Learn from the Iblis Stone? What did that mean? Would she take it to the palace or to the observatory on the Nexus? If she thought it was evil, she wouldn't want it in the palace.
I love the look of these weird toad scientists.
Was evil, wasn't it? Maybe
with their tiny legs,
observatory, thought Reynardo.
Huge heads. I love it.
Faster, but foxes can run longer.
Toads! Toads everywhere! What time is it? How long have we gone? Around an hour and a half, give or take.
Reynardo felt a little sick.
I feel like I'm checking every few minutes to see if I've forgotten to turn on the mic again.
An ache that wouldn't go away. He missed it. He wanted it back. He needed it back. Why hadn't he killed her when he had the chance? She was the enemy. He hadn't even seen her in 14 years. Why had he hesitated?
That's an interesting little tidbit.
For an empowered woman. Reynardo kicked himself. Don't make that mistake again.
14 years, huh? So in 14 years, she left Sword Fu School, never talked to him again. Now I'm suddenly trying to figure out how can I use this to put an age on Reynardo and Zenobia. I would have to assume they're the same age. No side paths. Mostly because I know where they all lead and I don't need their treasures anymore. I don't know why, but this music suddenly reminds me of Master Yensid's tower in Kingdom Hearts. Not saying they're anything similar, but that's just what it reminds me of.
Zenobia thought the stone was evil. Was it? Well,
yes.
Yes, but he still longed to have it back. He'd
You
felt
moron.
so good killing ravens with it, and yet he felt unclean ever since he'd touched it. She confused him. She'd made him want to be a better fox, and then she'd abandoned him, never telling him she was the Emperor's daughter, never contacting him since. Well, who was she to tell him the stone was evil?
Reynardo, you are a conflicted man. Fox. Man fox. I hate this puzzle.
But he could have sworn something was wrong with the trajectory of these cannonballs.
hate these stupid things.
Oh, what does the fox say? Asked one raven. Another one called back, "Go, go, dying!" And they both laughed hysterically.
That was the last thing either of them said before they fell on Reynardo's blade. Ooh, you cheeky bastard. Don't bother. Wait. I haven't found a single melon in any of these. Like some 20 or 30 chests, not a single melon. Maybe I just don't use my sword energy often enough. Spoilers, I don't. Hey! The observatory is finally intact! The last 4 times I've been here, it's just been destroyed with tiny dead toads everywhere.
The scientist's toes were pointing arcane instruments at the stone and looking at it through prisms and reflections. "Mine," said Reynardo as he took back the stone. "Well, we need it for science," croaked the toads. So he killed them. He felt better immediately. Smarter, too. "I thought you would never come for me," whispered the stone. Then,
Oh, this is going
a
wrong,
far
hasn't
bigger
it?
toad croaked, in something like Zenobia's voice.
Reynardo, leave the stone with the toads. It will swallow your soul. You will kill everyone you love.
That did seem vaguely familiar. But Reynardo had an army to lead, an empire to bring down.
Nope.
Whispered the stone.
Let's fall deeper into this corruption.
Wasn't Zenobia the Emperor's greatest general? Wasn't Reynardo fighting for the rebellion? Of course she wouldn't want him to have it. "Wouldn't you make a better emperor than Isengrim the Third?" added the stone.
Isengrim.
You know what?
That's how you pronounce it.
I would, thought Reynardo. Or maybe he said it out loud. He would go see the council and lead their armies to victory. All he had to do was call them on the far speaker. Oh, damn. Well,
You moron.
wouldn't they be surprised anyway?
You absolute moron.
Ah, the ruins. Reynardo had come there as a kid when it was still the fabulous city of Ubar. Before the Emperor's ravens had come to pillage ancient books from its library and destroyed it. Now the rebel council lay hidden underneath the ruins. And between here and there, all these ravens to kill. They deserved it for what they'd done to the city. And the faster he could kill them, the more of a rush they gave him.
Okay, so most of this is new to me because I've only been here. I've only been to, apparently, the once fabulous city of Ubar once. And that was when I discovered Zenobia has feelings for Reynardo. Or still has feelings, rather. Before then, every other time, any other decision that involved the secret base, I just ignored. Because it seemed like a bad idea to lead your enemies to your rebel base. And now I bring a dangerous stone that wants to swallow and destroy everything.
He missed her. Not Zenobia. Hypatia, the kid's mother. Reynardo had never thought he'd date a librarian. He'd always figured himself for the barmaid type. But then, he'd never figured the library of Ubar would have comic books, or that Hypatia would know anything about them. He missed her.
Wow. There's a thought I definitely wasn't expecting. I hadn't even thought about the kid in like weeks. Although I guess for Reynardo it's been a few days. Over and over again. Still, Hypatia. There's a bit of backstory I certainly was not expecting.
Hey! I got this friend who's a swan. Will you join up? He dyes his feathers.
He tried to be nice to Zenobia, not killing her and all. What did she do? She stole the gems from him, and made him kill all those scientists. Next time she'd see.
Oh, so close. Come on, somebody ambush me. Arena. Not the kind of ambush I was expecting. That was weak sauce. Ah! Stop getting caught on stupid things. And running in circles, running in circles. There's a trophy for this. Just running in circles. Okay, I'm done. What? Oh, I passed it. Ice and Grim.
Whispered the stone. Ravens? Reynardo knew how the stone felt. Each raven he killed gave him a little jolt of pleasure. But he could only kill them so fast, and the pleasure wore off too quickly. Hopefully soon he would face a more powerful adversary. Whispered the stone. But not with a bunch of mangy ravens.
The fear that sacrifices are going to make me extend to them. The war. Strike them fast and strike them hard. Make them suffer. Burn everything. Burn everything. Anyway. What? Wow. Okay. This got savage real fast. The Mad Emperor Isengrim indeed. No, not him! Reynardo, do you enjoy making things difficult for yourself? Why would you ensnare the more dangerous target? I feel like this was once a very nice library. And now it's full of gogglers.
These things could really use a hand.
Do I need to kill them all? No, but I hate them. I despise their existence. Floating eyeballs. Disgusting. Real quick, who makes doors like this? A door that locks behind you immediately. That you would need to call a librarian. Assumedly, like, only the head librarian or someone very high up would have access to this, and then they would still have to call someone else to get them out. Who makes doors like this?
The long stairs.
How am I back outside?
So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good.
Ravens didn't smell any better dead, Reynardo thought.
Why would they? Why would a dead raven smell any better than a live raven? Especially if these ravens have been eating carcasses, as ravens are known to do. Or is that vultures? Wait a minute. I'm very much enjoying the music in this game. I should look into the soundtrack for this. Ugh, shivers.
As he
He's
reached
got a
the
cold
secret
shell for no
entrance,
reason.
He was shocked to see Zenobia talking with the council.
What?
She bore a white flag. Whispered the stone. What are you doing here, love? Reynardo demanded. Come for the brown muffins?
She's worried about you, croaked the council speaker. We all are.
Why are your eyes glowing?
Yourself, Zenobia said. Before they could get into the rest of the intervention, he leapt at her. Unfortunately, the council speaker blocked him, so he slew her and the other council members. I'm not giving up, cried Zenobia as she darted off into the ruins. I think I just killed the entire rebel council, said Reynardo.
See how much power they've given you.
But they were on my side, weren't they?
No one is on your side, except for me.
He set sail for the fleet. There, at least, there would be enemies to kill.
Man, this is like significantly darker than combining the Iblis Stone with the Skyripper core. Not that either one ends terribly well. I don't know, I feel like the Skyripper core is probably the better path. Like that would... I could see how that could end well. Also, how long has this stream gone on?
He could never be sure. Anyway, who needed other rebels here? They'd only get in the way. A true hero fights alone after he's got all his friends killed.
What? Yeah, ignoring that door. I've got like almost none of these combat abilities.
That could come in handy in a pinch.
Wow, he does move faster. Kills faster too. And we're back to this pop-in. Okay, so at least it's not that one island in the Nexus that's popping in. Or actually no, that one island never popped in. It was just running on air for a while. So now it's just this one ship in the beginning of this section, and then everything else is fine. So I'm not sure what's happening, why that one ship is special. Oh. I forgot that was there. Oh, it's right here. What? I thought that usually takes me back to that middle ship. You are a bastard. Wait. This is definitely new. I know this is probably just hell.
A chest that shiny deserved to be opened.
Indeed. Ooh. Fun for the life. To control everyone's wealth until there is no more greed. to crush every voice of dissent until there is harmony. Wow. Am I gonna get hit just standing here? I'm starting to feel like the scrolls I find differ depending on which path I take. Like this bloodthirsty path, I'm finding these war manifestos. Very interesting indeed. That was my ride. Totally missed that one. Whoop! See, now if I hadn't already maxed out all my weapons, and those chests had ore instead of health, that path could have been very lucrative for me. You are a jerk. Ugh, stop ending my combo early. Why did that one box explode like that? Oh my goodness. Cardboard explosions.
The world was so beautiful. Everything was glowing, breathing, alive. Except, okay, the ravens had killed him. But the wind was alive, like a million fingers caressing his hair. He'd never felt so powerful. He never felt so sexy. Somewhere down the path would be the Emperor. Reynardo would slay him, most powerful man in Erda. And the Iblis Stone would give Reynardo all that power. And he would be Emperor. And then he would set everyone free.
With the tip of his sword. Ah! Alright, Reynardo, I need you to fight just a little bit faster. That's the first time I've used my sword energy in this entire run-through. Whoop! Why do I fall for that every time? I always forget about those damnable cannons. Chills.
At last, he was face to face with Zenobia. She was still unarmed. No fire crackled from her claws. Excellent. Kill her, whispered the stone. He raised his sword for the killing blow. Is this what you really want? She asked. Or is it what the stone wants? Think of the power, insisted the stone. I don't want to kill you, he told Zenobia, his arm still raised. I know, but he could not put the sword down. It wants blood, he told her. I know. Help me, he said. She stabbed herself. Take my blood, she said. You mustn't, cried the Iblis Stone. Oh no! Why did you... He ran to embrace her, and she plunged her bloody dagger into his heart. Why? He said. We'll be together in the halls of the Valiant, she said. I love you, he said. Thank you. And the Iblis Stone screamed, and then it began to glow. It burst into flames. It burned like an ember. And then it was ash that blew away in the wind. And Zenobia and Reynardo died in each other's arms.
Wow.
Oh, again? But he already had all the secrets he needed. He was sure of that. He must have not used them the right way. What was the best, worst mistake he could make? Probably trusting that traitor Lapino.
You really want me to go back to Lapino? I don't know, of all the stories I found, this one's still not great. A lot of things went horribly wrong, but that's probably one of the better endings I've found.
The book's pages fluttered to the beginning once again. Faster than before, and he fell. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Skyripper had surfaced. Reynardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis Stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescue.
I wonder what that key means, but I don't want to... Like, the key seems like it's a little too important. I don't want to use it and suddenly immediately unlock the better ending, and then all the other stories just appear, and it's like, no, I want to discover as much as I can. That's the whole point of this. Well, I don't know, maybe we'll go back to Lapino next time. For now, I think it's definitely time to stop. This has been over 2 hours. Thanks for everyone who tuned in. It really is great to see people jump in. If you like watching, you can always check out all my other streams are archived at my website, OmegaSpiderWebs.com. Keep up with everything I do at OmegaSpider on Twitter, at Instagram, just pretty much anywhere. If you need to find me, just Google at OmegaSpider227. You'll find me. Trust me, you'll find me. Or again, my website, OmegaSpiderWebs.com. Alright, I'm done plugging everything. I think that's everything. I gotta get better at this. Practice. Anyway, I am rambling. It is time to stop. Thanks for hanging my web, everybody. Oh, also, first time using the camera. Tell me if it worked out. Was it good? Was it bad? Did I look like a moron? Probably that last one. rambling again. Okay, I'm done. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for hanging in my web. Catch you later.